Okay, let's talk about something we all hate, boring small talk. You know, the kind that just fizzles out. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a couple of really cool social tactics to turn those dull chats into conversations that are actually fun and memorable.
Oh man, haven't we all been there? You're trapped, right? Just nodding, talking about the weather, your commute, and you can almost feel the life draining out of the room. It's like you're stuck on this conversational treadmill, just going round and getting absolutely nowhere.
So, what's the real problem here? What's the number one mistake we all make? It's actually super simple. We answer questions literally. You know, someone asks, "So, what do you do?" And we give them the dry, factual answer. And boom, that's a conversation killer right there. It gives them the info, sure, but it completely drains all the curiosity and fun out of the interaction.
But hey, don't worry, there is a way out of this, and it's a really simple, powerful fix. Our first tactic is something called the icebreaker joke. And trust me, this thing is designed to just completely shatter that boring, literal pattern from the get-go.
Okay, now, when I say joke, I'm not talking about some cheesy knock-knock joke. No. An icebreaker joke is more of a playful, kind of absurd answer to a really common question. The whole point is to totally flip their expectations on their head. It signals, hey, I'm fun to talk to, and it makes them genuinely curious to find out what you really do.
All right, check this out. This is the perfect example. On one side, you have the question, what do you do? And the answer is, I'm an accountant. I mean, where do you even go from there? The conversation just dies, right? It's like, oh, cool. And then awkward silence. But now look at the other side. Same question, but the answer is, I'm a licensed therapist in my own mind. See? You can't not react to that. It's funny, it's intriguing, and it basically forces them to ask a follow-up question. And just like that, you're off the treadmill and into a real conversation.
Okay, so once you've broken the ice, what's next? Let's move on to our second tactic. Now this one's a little more advanced, but it is so effective for creating some real chemistry. It's called the push-pull dynamic.
You know, the secret to really great conversational chemistry, it's all about managing tension. And I don't mean bad tension. I mean that little spark, that playful energy. Think about the best talk show hosts, right? People like Craig Ferguson were absolute masters of this. They knew exactly how to build up a little tension and then release it, and it kept you totally hooked.
So what is this push-pull dynamic? Well, think of it like walking a conversational tightrope. It's this technique where you build just a little bit of light, playful tension, and then you immediately release it. It creates this really fun, exciting back-and-forth rhythm, and the key is you do it without ever making the other person feel weird or uncomfortable.
Let me break it down for you. It's two simple steps. First, you have the push. This is where you create a tiny bit of tension with a teasing or kind of flirtatious comment. Something like, "Oh, I don't know if we can be friends. You seem a little too nice." But, and this part is absolutely crucial, you can't just leave it there. You have to immediately pull back. That means you release that tension by smiling or saying something normal or silly, like, "Nah, I'm just kidding. I need more nice people in my life." That little dance, that push and then pull, creates this awesome, fun vibe without any of the pressure.
All right, let's put it all together. What we've just talked about are two super powerful tools you can add to your social playbook. And look, this isn't about memorizing cheesy pickup lines. This is about fundamentally changing the energy of your conversations. So, what's the game plan? It's simple. First, ditch those boring, literal answers. Throw in an icebreaker joke to get things going and make people curious. Second, learn to manage the vibe with that push-pull dynamic to build and release tension. And what's the end goal of all this? It's to take your conversations from totally forgettable to genuinely fun. So there you have it. But, you know, the real question isn't whether you understand this stuff. It's whether you're going to use it. So I want you to think about it. The next time you're grabbing coffee, or you're at a party, or even just a work thing, how are you going to break the script? What's the first conversation you're going to transform?